Howdy, folks. A minute late.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
not even a full minute.
yeah. That's besides the point. I'm I'm feeling rushed.
It's
Uh,
Monday.
yeah,
Kind of, comes with the territory.
yeah. I'm gonna hard cap it at 1 o'clock today.
Okay,
Uh, we normally only do an hour on Mondays, but we're not going over.
that's fine. I got some stuff I got to take care of as well, so
Yeah.
it's all good. So how you doing?
Okay. 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 Uh, you?
Yeah, yeah. No, no. It's only been a little while since we were hanging out last night. Uh, I got a little bit of writing done, not as much as I'd like, but it was, Sundays are like that. I've got always
Yeah.
a ton of stuff to do on Sundays, and
I hit a bunch of stuff Saturday, like I said, and I did nothing yesterday. I wanted to get some stuff done after the game, but I ended up getting distracted. Just every time I'd open up the document, something would catch my eye.
mm,
Oh, and the my other channel, right?
hmm
I was over there, and the only thing I'm subscribed to on that channel is a bunch of short story channels, some writing channels, and Hungar.
Hey,
Hungar.
what's happening, buddy?
I'm cooking lasagna. I thought today was
Oh,
fucking Sunday until
oh,
like 15 minutes ago.
yeah,
I'm making a
lasagna.
lasagna.
I'll, I'll,
Nice.
I'll be over before it's done cooking.
I was thinking about doing that this week as well.
I love lasagna, man.
Nice.
That is sweet, but your camera's inverted, so
If I had $1 for every racist joke I told, I get robbed by a black guy. I wore this shirt to the store, and the cashier laughed her ass off. I wore my "Don't be sexist" because being sexist is wrong, and being wrong is for women. I wore that to the store the other day, and this chick just laughed. Hi, Raven.
I'm gonna steal that joke. Raven, Raven, where are you?
I'll be right
I've
back.
got something for you to read. Uh, should I send that document to Hungar?
Oh, why haven't you already? I figured, that was
Uh,
just a given.
oh, he hasn't been around for our writing stuff, so I didn't want to bother him.
Yeah. So
I,
how's your writing going, Hungar?
I don't think he's there. I think he went to go check his lasagna, which I don't blame him.
Yeah, lasagna sounds really good.
Yeah. Now, what do you do with your lasagna?
The usual layers, but instead of sausage, I use pepperoni.
Hmm.
That way I get more layers of, pasta
I,
and cheese.
I I don't know. You mix the sauce the sausage in with the sauce, right?
I'm, I'm actually cooking my sausage right now. I've got spicy Italian sausage. I got ground beef. I got mild Italian sausage.
You
Cottage
ever
cheese,
try?
ricotta,
Oh, God.
provolone, mozzarella, provolone, and two different types of spaghetti sauce.
Yeah. You ever try ground lamb?
Not lasagna, but I like lamb burgers.
Yeah. Try ground lamb
Mm.
sometime in the future.
Lamb's not really easy to find up here.
Bubba.
Bubba.
Baba,
Hey,
goat.
Uh,
Goat would probably do good too.
goat's hardly
goat
pop.
would probably, if you like goat, yeah.
Goat's good.
I like goat.
I don't like it. I don't like lamb either. But I was going through chemo and got sick on lamb chops. And
You
it's like
know,
get stuck on something when you're had the flu or whatever. I can't stand the smell of it now.
My mom, after she had her chemo, after she got done with her chemo, her taste buds changed completely. And there's a lot of things that she just used to love to eat and she just can't stand anymore.
Yeah, it's like getting sick on something during the flu. You just
Or when you're drunk.
But I do like the lamb / beef mixture for gyros. That doesn't bother me.
Gyros.
But lamb chops.
Gyros.
Yeah.
bleh.
Now, if you can get yourself a nice little rotisserie, they make nice good ones that are countertop friendly, and you get that gyro meat and you put it on that rotisserie, I bet you could slice that up and put it into a lasagna beautifully.
Yeah, I use
I'm just
spicy.
fucking Bubba.
I
It's
use
thin.
spicy,
He wants more stuff
mild,
in his.
spicy and mild sausage and ground beef is all I put in my for meat. Is all I put on, yeah. But I use like 5 different types of cheese.
I got 7. I go like more heavy on the cheese. But
Yeah,
I
but
don't
no-
know regular
I
noodles.
use a lot of freaking cheese. I've got a pound of mozz I'm putting in, a pound of Parmesan I'm putting in, about 3/4 of a pound of cottage
How-
cheese.
How deep is your lasagna pan? You're
That's
shitting
good.
me.
Yeah. When I make lasagna, it weighs about 7 pounds, and
Yeah.
I freeze over 3/4 of it.
You know
Although
those
Greg-
Depends.
Yeah,
you
my
know
stepson's back.
oh.
He
You
went-
know
they
those
went down
trays.
there. Hold on, Justin, I'm talking.
All right, Kamala.
Kamala.
They got down there, and the place that they were supposed to be living in wasn't a house; it was a one-room shack with no running water. I told him to stay. His mom said he could come back, but since him and his buddy's been here, his buddy's going to be here for a few weeks. They've been waiting on me like I'm the king, man. My house is completely clean and staying that way. I ain't got to do shit. I cook because I'm a good cook.
It
But they
sounds like you got either really good kids or meth heads.
They're good kids.
Meth heads don't clean, bro. They don't clean properly. Put it that way.
But now that my house is clean, been staying clean. If I got a prescription I need to be picked up at the pharmacy, he's like, I'll go get it for you. I mean, because his mom told him, he's like, listen, Hunkar shouldn't have to. If Hunkar's in there cooking dinner and shit for you guys, there's no reason that you don't do the dishes.
Yeah.
My daughters thought that way. I can't get them to do a goddamn thing.
Yeah, well, buy that shirt from Hungar, not the one he's wearing now. Buy that one too. The one
Don't,
where
don't be sexist. Being sexist is wrong, and being wrong is for women.
I had a male chauvinist pygmy shirt one time. Had a pygmy on it.
This one says, if I had $1 for every racist joke I told, I'd probably be robbed by a black guy.
Probably.
Here's one of my favorites I just got.
when it comes to lasagna, I like to use those those disposable turkey trays.
Yeah, that's what
I use smaller. I make a bunch of little small trays, like the loaf pans. I make a bunch of those and I freeze it up. That way it comes out and it's a meal for me and the wife. So when I make lasagna, I make double what I normally do, but I put them in smaller containers. My daughter
backwards. Go
Yeah, but you can still read it.
Yeah.
I can't even see the lettering.
Go
It
fuck
says,
yourself,
go fuck
Elon.
yourself.
Yeah.
Elon.
It's half the quote. He said, take a step back and fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Or fuck yourself in the face.
Or Professor Liggety's nuts.
Yeah. Fuck yourself in the face. But
Professor Lick My Nuts.
Parm and Romano and Provi in my lasagna too. So
I use Prove.
I put ricotta in there. I
use
mix
Parm.
ricotta with the cottage cheese 50-50. And then I do a lot of Parmesan and the Romanos if I got it.
I've told you before, I got to start making that ricotta.
I use
It's not hard,
cheese
man.
and
It's cream,
ricotta
citrus,
and
salt on a low
I
salt.
like cottage cheese in lasagna. So I do use ricotta cottage cheese 50-50 blend. But I use Prove, Mott's, and Parmesan.
Yeah.
I'm picky about that. I'm picky about my cheese too. So if I can't get the brands I like, I just don't get it. But as soon as you said like a Greek one, I was thinking feta. I was like, nah, I ain't doing that.
You know, a feta lamb and
Oh.
olive lasagna would probably kick
It probably
ass.
work. Oh, but I don't use regular noodles anymore. I use those egg roll wraps for less carbs.
Ooh.
See, I do that with
can't
Mexican.
even find
I
those
make a
anymore.
Mexican lasagna where I
Yeah.
use I make this stuff
Shadow,
for
you
like
don't look.
burritos, and then I layer it with tortilla shells, up about
See?
6 layers, with a lot of cheese.
Sounds good.
No, I've actually looked, Justin. Where I live, it's
Yay.
very simple, and we don't have a lot of variety in the way of grocery stores. We've got 3 different grocery
I drive
stores.
I take these drives to get to
You go to
I recommend it.
Jungle Gyms or whatever that place is called.
That's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
I found out something yesterday
They
that
probably
really,
deliver.
really excited me, and I don't know why. I can legally buy a 37 millimeter grenade launcher that shoots flashbangs, and they have one that's a 6-shot. Those big ones with the big rotary.
A modified M4.
Yeah, I can get one of those for like $1,200.
Yeah,
so
it's easier to get a grenade launcher or a cannon than it is an automatic weapon. To be honest,
I can get. I got that on my wish list for Christmas. My old lady's going to get it for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to take
less
that bad
headache,
boy up
man.
to Kentucky and let all the guys from church shoot the fucking grenade launcher.
Yeah, one of my neighbors.
You should film that.
You know, shit. What are the laws with flamethrowers?
There are no laws for flamethrowers. And Speedway can buy a flamethrower.
Yeah.
You can buy one online.
That's why Elon Musk sold a bunch of them really cheap, like 5
Now, I
years
do
ago.
believe that California and a few places ran out and passed some legislation that you can't own flamethrowers, but there's no federal law prohibiting the purchasing of flamethrower.
Yeah.
And there's lots of small handheld ones. There's a handheld one on Facebook Marketplace right now for $500 in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Is it white?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
one of the
you want it
Elon
to
Musk
work.
ones.
I'd rather get but you can get the tanks, the World War II tanks. You can get them surplus from the government all the time for cheaper than that, way cheaper.
Yeah.
They're
Our
great
last
here in Hillside.
our last conservative government made it illegal to own them.
Yeah.
Everybody always talks about how great Reagan was, and it still pisses me off that he's the one who outlawed automatic weapons.
Yeah. It's always conservatives that do that down there.
I honestly think that I should be able to go down to the corner and buy an automatic weapon out of a vending machine.
You still get
Well, maybe not that easy.
We're going to. Oh, I'm all for it. Arm everybody to the fucking teeth, including artillery.
Yeah. You see how quickly shit's calms
Yeah,
down.
well, you'll see how shit 5-year-olds start shooting people because they don't know what they're doing.
You don't give a
5-year-olds do shoot people. Have you been paying attention?
Yes, a lot more though because of vending machines, bro.
Oh, perfect.
Well, not if it costs $1,200 in quarters.
You gotta use your credit card.
Yeah. Where's that 5-year-old getting the money, bro? See, that's how they restrict your rights to own firearms and weapons now. It's simply a monetary thing.
Well, I was thinking the other day, and all fines are only targeted toward poor people.
Right.
Because a rich motherfucker don't care if he's got to pay a $500 fine or like $500. I mean, that 10 minutes
or a $5,000 tax.
Or yeah, but poor guy is like $500. Like me, $500 fine. That's gonna dip into my savings a little bit.
Yeah,
if not clear it out.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't clear it out, but
but a lot of people only have $500 on hand.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even have $500 in savings, which is messed up.
We're living paycheck to paycheck
right now. Ours up, so we can't get it out.
That's why I said I believe in a maximum wage, not a minimum one.
Yeah.
If you're prohibited from earning per year more than $1 billion, you know how many fucking people will have more money because the guy at the top isn't getting that fucking $2.5 billion bonus or whatever. There would be less drive to build mega corporations.
Got my snack set beside me.
The thing less healthier than chocolate.
Yeah, that's how
I don't care. It tastes good.
Yeah, it tastes really good on chocolate. If you take 2 chocolate bars and make a Nutella sandwich,
I've lost 27 pounds.
Nice.
I know how to eat like a fat man. I don't actually do it though.
I gained
I
10
went from
pounds in 2 weeks and
279.
lost 5
I
pounds
went
last month.
from 279 to 246 in a month.
Carno?
Huh?
Keto core or more carnivore?
Carnivore and Ozempic.
Ozempic.
You pooping yourself to death.
No, Ozempic makes it where you don't poop.
You don't poop?
I mean, I still poop, but Ozempic, what Ozempic does is it slows down your digestion.
Yeah.
So, like, if
It's locked in your stomach longer.
Yeah, when I eat, like, I'm still full from dinner yesterday. And for dinner yesterday, I had 2 small pieces of cheesy garlic bread. And for lunch, I had a small piece of bread.
I'm putting a few pounds back on.
For lunch, I had a small piece of bread and a chicken wing.
Ooh, chicken wings.
And the bread was the bread. I put a little olive oil and a little sea salt and dip the bread in the olive oil.
Yeah. Where the fuck's Raven? She said she was going to be here 15 minutes ago.
Like tonight, I will probably only eat just this. The other day, I made Japanese curry and I had like a quarter cup of rice and some curry, and that's it. And I was full. Tuesday, I had a milkshake, banana pudding milkshake. Me and James stopped by.
They let him out of prison already?
Huh?
They let him out of prison already?
Me and James had a blast up in Kentucky. We went out for barbecue.
No, I'm saying that he got arrested for running around like a guardsman there.
Yeah. We went down to where we used to live. We drove down to where his wife, where we used to live, way back out yonder. 9 miles from the highway down an old country road.
Old country road.
Take me home to the place. I'm gonna go finish my lasagna, guys.
Yeah. Take pictures of it when it's done, bro.
I will take pictures and send it to you.
I want to see a side cut. I want to see a piece out and like artfully done, like it's on the cover of a food magazine.
No, it won't be like that, but I will take a picture.
No. You take some nice pictures, bro. Take some nice pictures. You're not a photographer like Bubba, but
peace, love, chicken grease.
Take care.
He's loving chicken grease. Yeah.
And remember to tell some of those jokes. You need those dollars.
Oh, I have been.
Nice.
I got accused of being a racist 2 days ago at McDonald's. No, for real. This person came up and started yelling at me for being racist.
Yeah.
I mean, I was being racist, but it's not cool for them to call me out like that.
What were you doing? I want to know.
Being racist.
Being racist.
More details, bro.
That's it. Just being racist.
Well, you know, wearing your Klan outfit out in public, it's gonna happen.
Oh. Every time somebody mentions the Klan, man, I just remember the first episode of Spencer for Hire. You know Spencer for Hire?
All right, guys, you be good.
Talk to you later.
Later,
Hungar. You know Spencer for Hire, right? The old TV show?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the final fight scene of the first episode, and Avery Brooks comes out, and he's wearing a fucking ankle-length white cape. Like a white cape. He's wearing a fucking cape, and it is sheet white. I don't know who in the wardrobe department said we're going to put the guy in a white cape.
That's probably just how he showed up to work.
Super brother.
Yeah, but I don't know. Every time I picture that, and then that scene pops into my head, and it makes me laugh. Oh. I tried watching that 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and I could not get past the third episode. It was just so fucking. You think they complain about woke shit today?
80s was the proto woke stuff. Woke stuff that was working its way in the media. So the 80s
No,
when it started, I think. Yeah.
that in that show,
Mid 80s, wasn't it? Or
yeah,
early.
83, I think.
That's early 80s.
Yeah, I think it was 83.
Mid is 84, 86.
Yeah,
Late 80s be 87 past. And
but it was still on until 85, I think.
mm-hmm.
I think there were 60 episodes of it.
Yeah, but I think some of the woke stuff that started getting shoehorned in started in the 80s.
But
I mean, Robert's calling guys faggots in the bathroom in the 70s, for fuck's sake.
This wasn't shoehorned in. It was like the primary theme of every episode was, you know, how do we protect the gays?
4 of Baywatch Nights, they do a whole episode about gay bashing and drag queens. But one of the drag queens was the bad guy, which nowadays that would be allowed to happen.
That's the difference. Like back then, the bad guy would actually be. Yeah, I rewatched Mike Hammer, the one from
Casey Keach.
Yeah, but because they redid that show would be like he would do like a season or two, and then it'd be off for like a decade, and then it'd come back and do another one. It was the 80s one, and that's what got me on the spiral for crime shows back then. And the first episode when they came back for the 80s one, the bad guy was a tranny.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cross-dresser. They didn't use tranny back then, but yeah, you could get away with it back then. What?
We're talking now.
Yeah.
So if I'm saying tranny now, but you know what? I think I said pervert degenerate back then, so I might as well start working pervert and degenerate back in.
I prefer that language. I should do the same.
That's why I say faggotry a lot, because it's all encompassing: lesbians, troons, puppy puppers, whatever.
Puppy pumpers.
Pumpy puppers.
Yeah.
Even in Ohio now, dude.
well, that's what I was mentioning.
Stop the world. I want off now.
I was mentioning this before Hungar got here to you with my other channel, right? And the only thing I'm subscribed to over there is like short story channels, right? That do the same thing I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get ideas and see what the trends are. Writing advice and the odd AI channel, so I can see what new technologies popped out. Out of the three things I've mentioned I'm subscribed to over on that other channel: short story channels, sci-fi leading short story channels, writing advice, and AI tech advice. What do you think they think I'm most interested in watching? What kind of content do you think YouTube thinks out of those three things I'm subscribed to I'm most interested in watching?
Food channels?
No. Bubba?
Probably immigration stuff.
A little bit about that, but that's only maybe 10%.
Yeah.
Another guess, Shadow?
It could be anything. I mean, sure, it's awful, though.
The algorithm knows what you really like and what you're interested in, but I think it perverts it to fit the narrative anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Okay, so sci-fi short stories, writing advice, and AI, it thinks I want manosphere anti-woman crap for about half of it, 10% anti-immigration, and a smattering of the other 40% is either furry or tranny-related content.
I thought you were a furry.
No, I'm not a furry. Cat girls don't count.
Cat girl femboys don't count.
Fuck femboys. They go in the meat grinder first.
That's
We feed
literally
them
like
to the cat
saying that
girls.
because you're into certain things, you're also into other things. That's really
Yeah, but
presumptive, and
those are wide
it's
variant.
also. But see, here's the thing: either they're doing what Bubba says,
Oh, they're
or they're
definitely doing
making some
that.
serious assumptions from data that they've compiled that maybe alludes to or gets them to believe that a lot of people that are into those things are into the other things like furries, because maybe it's true.
I I I think in the case of at least two of those things, the trans and furries,
Hmm.
that's like social programming,
Right.
Try to normalize it. The more you see it, the more you accept it as normal.
and then the more likely you are to accept it as an identity.
That's why you got to go hard on the dislikes and or the blocking.
Yeah, I
You can block on YouTube.
no, but there is a plugin called Channel Blocker, and it works on basically every browser,
Okay.
and it adds a little X by the channel name, and you click it, and that channel doesn't get fed to you anymore.
Yeah. I use
It,
block
it,
a
it creates a
lot.
blacklist.
Pronouns
Yeah.
in the bio, blocked. Tranny, blocked.
Now, that's one thing. We have a legislation that's more meant for
Chewy.
like child porn and stuff like that, going through right now, and one of the things its subcategories is the ability to block
Yeah.
as something social media sites have to have.
Yeah. I'd like to be able to opt out of all the faggotry stuff. Any
Yeah.
LGBT alphabet people stuff completely gone. Don't want
Well,
to see my feed. If the person has pronouns in their bio and they're putting a gaming thing up, I don't want to see their shit either at all.
even if it's their own actual pronouns. I've taken that. Oh, you're male, and you want me to establish that you're a he or a him. You're
Right.
still getting blocked because
Right. That's
you're
buying into the narrative. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put
Yeah.
you over here, and Pop should be out in about 10 minutes. Okay.
That's weird because I don't get any of that stuff. Well, I mean, obviously I get the immigration stuff because it's news, especially with the latest story with the ducks in Ohio and people's pets getting, carved up for dinner. I don't get the other stuff at all. And it's weird.
Yeah.
All I have to do is go look at one like new thing, just one, and then suddenly my whole freaking page changes to stuff like that, which
And if you
sometimes
talk about it in front of your phone, it doubles down on it too.
I know that's a thing, but my phone is usually different locations, and I've never really noticed a lot of that. It'll do it on my phone, but like my tablet or my laptop, if I go
Tablet's good too because it's a tablet system. It's the same as a phone.
right, I know, but I don't notice. Uh,
And that's regional. Like there are regions that doesn't happen. Like that.
it's too busy, keeping up with all of my notifications. Which because I'm one lucky bastard. There's a lot of things that I see other people uh, not getting their notifications and not getting alerted to the latest video of whatever.
It's probably settings issues for most of those people, man.
I'm gonna pop off and hang out with the grandson a little bit, guys.
Okay, you do that. Thanks for popping by.
No
Party
problem.
on as
I thought
usual.
he was asleep longer. He's been taking big naps. He took like a 2-hour nap. That's it. I figured I had
Yeah.
to go fire, but he woke right up. So
The grandchildren are more important than us weirdos.
weirdos. Later, guys.
We'll
Have a great
probably
week,
see you Wednesday. Party on, bro.
if not sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
I'm pretty lucky with that. And if it's anything like what Bubba was saying, it's that it's a negative thing. People complaining about it or putting it down or stuff like that. I don't know what I've done because there was a purge a couple of years ago of over 100 channels on my subscription list.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked, and a lot of those people just never appeared on any social media again. And
Yeah, that was there was a big right wing purge off of like everything.
yeah, pertaining to a certain letter of the alphabet. Uh,
Yeah.
they just all those people just boom gone, and they had some great content. Some of the shit was wacko jacko, clones and deep fakes and shit like that, and med beds and all this other.
Oh, fuck the med beds. Yeah, I'll buy you. I can sell you a med bed. You want to send me $20,000? I'll send you a med bed right now. I got one. I got one just over
I'm
there.
good. I'm good. I'm good. But
Yeah, just
with
let
the
me
other.
let me just like spray paint the blow up mattress box.
Mhm.
And put my own label on it. Let me just like duct tape over the air mattress with med bed.
Yeah, but
No,
yeah,
I'm not joking. Like a couple of those have literally been like there was this a podcast I listened to was covering that maybe 3 weeks ago, and they literally looked at the setup that the one guy was using and they parted out everything. And it's like, okay, this mattress is made by this company, $400. This is just an EKG meter. That's like $57 off Amazon.
mhm,
It's got nothing to do with anything.
right.
This is like, you know, it's like they parted everything at the most expensive version you could get at something like $700, and he was selling it as a kit for, like I said, 20,000. It's like,
Yeah.
uh, but
But
don't worry. When Trump's reelected, he's going to have the med beds brought out of the secret military bunker, and we're all going to have the bodies of 20-year-olds again.
yeah, I could wait till I get to heaven for that.
Yeah, you got like 40 billion years before that happens.
Be that as it may,
Oh,
but yeah, I'm amazed at
boomer.
how quickly everything changes if I watch something. Because I made the mistake of watching uh, uh, an I guess generated story, or at least
Yeah. Well,
narrating.
that's the majority of what I'm subscribed to on that other channel, right? The stuff like I make.
Right, but I watched one sci-fi story, and then my whole page was filled with uh, AI stories about uh, a guy landing on an alien planet and either seducing or getting seduced by some alien blue chick. There were nothing but pictures of blue chicks
Yeah,
on my
you get a lot
screen.
of those. They're in fad right now. I've avoided them.
So that kept me busy for the weekend. Um,
Shh,
no,
shh,
because
shh, shh, shh,
they were so so clickbaity, but they all had like the same title with just a couple of
Yeah.
words different, and they weren't all by the same author.
Yeah,
But
I always try to do something. I always try to do something different.
I'm getting really really irritated with some of my subscriptions with their clickbaity titles. I
Hmm.
hate to tell you this, or I don't know how to tell you this, or you're not going to believe this, or so and so gets crushed, or so and so's ruined. And I'm like, no, they're not. They're going to be back tomorrow with more bullshit. You know,
Yeah.
it's like no, waiting for that big story that's going to just ruin them or whatever. It no, like this bullshit with Tenet, and all the people getting paid by Russia and all that bullshit.
Yeah, that's like fake as fuck.
Well, it's not even illegal. Uh, the worst
No,
thing
no, no, no. If it was true, they would have to register as a foreign agent.
agent, right?
But
And,
like I say, selective selective enforcement. If that thing was actually enforced equally and across the board, every single member of your government would have to register as an agent of Israel because they all take money from the Israeli
well,
Jewish lobby.
not just things like
All
that,
of them.
but you know, uh, they'll put in the story that they were unwitting, but they're making it sound like they were in on it from the get go. And maybe
Mm.
Laura Chen, I think is her name. Maybe
Yeah.
she's uh, looking a little guilty, but at the same time, you're gonna have a hard time proving that that's what she was doing. Someone offers you
Yeah.
money to do what you're already doing. How is that? So then they should have been busted for doing what they were doing already, which is completely legal. Having
Yeah.
an opinion and putting it out on the internet. It's meant for the lowest common denominator of a certain party
The
to just.
Vice reader, because Vice is the one that started that
And
channel.
I'm just getting fucking sick of it. Even the channels that some of the channels that I like the most, not the
Mhm.
top 5 tier. Those guys are completely above reproach as far as I'm concerned.
So
Because
me, Hungar, Bubba.
I was talking Salty and a few others that
Oh no.
that guy's my favorite YouTuber of all time.
Yeah, but I rank him right up next to Philip DeFranco.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, be thankful. He's the shit lib salty cracker.
Uh, well, I don't know. Salty's funny. He's insane and he's funny, and he, for whatever reason, I've been watching him since the very beginning, which is weird because it was right around that same time of that purge, and I was going, "Oh, he's going down. He's going down."
Yeah.
But because he does it the way he does it, for completely comedic purposes, and the algorithm can't understand sarcasm and doesn't understand, just absolute, hyperbole, freaking turned up to 11 and the knob broken off. That and the fact that Jackie's mom absolutely fucking hates him. She hears his voice and she just fucking runs screaming. Is the icing on the cake. But
Mhm.
the like sixth and lower favorite channels of mine, number 6 and on down, a whole bunch of them are doing that shit. And what I noticed this one channel. I'm not going to say its name, but he got banned off YouTube, right? Just and he wasn't doing anything different than anybody else, and he was actually a little bit Christian about it, and just saying the same freaking stories that 20 other channels, if not more, are doing the same thing. Totally
Yeah.
just crushed,
Yeah,
completely.
tell what channel.
I'll tell you off camera. I don't want to get him in trouble because he went and created an AI generated face, changed his name, and
Yeah.
is doing it without a live camera on his face,
Mhm.
doing the same shit, and back up to well over 50,000 subscribers in less than a month. I don't know how he got the word out. Maybe it was
Yeah,
elsewhere,
Twitter or something like that.
and they have not come down on him.
Mhm.
And he's doing the exact same thing, nothing, literally nothing different. But I heard the voice. I was like, first I saw this channel, and the title was, somewhat provocative. I'm like, hey, I'll go listen to that. And I turned it on. I'm like, oh my god, that's so and so. Oh, okay, so that's all you got to do now, because they
Yeah, well,
can't ID
it
your
could
voice.
be a cloned voice.
It could be, but I'm pretty sure it's not because you can see in the chat people are like, "Oh, okay," and the responses, etc. Lead me to believe that that's just all he did, and there was no justification. There's other people that they've gone after harder, and a lot of them, because they have they've made enough money to put money into a lawyer. That's the last thing they want is a lawyer who knows their shit and comes after you for it, especially if you have like a side link to something else that's making you money in a business. I guess they're you know less strict on those people because they know they're just going to end up in court, and you know YouTube's already hemorrhaging money like no other company on the planet.
It always has. It's not profitable endeavor. It's all about the like the way YouTube makes money is not from the ad campaigns, but from the data selling and things like that.
But if
Um,
they have, you know, what is it, shareholders or stockholders, that they have to answer to,
no,
respect.
it's Google, right?
Well,
YouTube is a
Google's not
division.
doing too well either these days.
Yeah, YouTube is a division of Google. Um, eh, Google, once again, it makes its money through its ad revenue.
Mhm.
It's the world's largest ad corporation. Um, Google Ads and data brokerage and data storage.
Yeah, it's a funny concept to me. Harvesting my data, they have to know by now it's not. They're not making a dime. No one's gonna ever
It,
make
it,
money off that.
it they don't sell your data individually. They sell it as a bundle,
Hmm.
right? So you'll be packed in the age bracket at like 40,000 or 40 million or whatever people.
Hmm.
That can be like just another drop in the analytics bucket for like, this is
Yeah,
a class
I
of
never heard
person,
of that.
this is a class of
At
psychology,
some
this
point,
is,
they've got to do an audit of those chunks of potential customers and go, oh hey, this guy doesn't buy shit.
well, it's not about um
Well, the people who are buying it, you know what I mean?
yeah, but
Unless they're just doing the same thing to somebody else, in which case,
they use you as a metric point on how to construct campaigns, right? Like, how often are you fed things for miniatures because you buy miniatures? How often are you fed things
Mhm.
for GoFundMe's or whatever
Mhm.
because
I can only
you
think
buy
of
those?
one instance, other than way back in the beginning when I first started, doing the Dungeons and Lasers thing that I saw an ad. Other than that, there's only been one other instance in the last
Mm,
4 years that they got me to
mm.
take a nibble.
And it's not just like, that's the thing. It's not just vendors that buy that data. It's not just like GoFundMe or whatever. It's also the State Department,
Hmm.
right? Like, I hate to tell you that. That's like,
Oh yeah.
was it GM? I think it was GM or one of the other big three car companies. They
Okay, crafting.
so all the car companies basically, when you drive your car, it measures like how fast you're driving, how often you're braking, how hard you're braking, where you're driving, and it
Oh yeah,
sends that back to the company. And they got caught selling that data to like
yeah. I saw that.
the government and like bounty hunters and shit like that. It was like what the fuck? You're
Hmm.
not supposed to be doing that. And it's like, but we slipped into the fine detail that we're allowed to do that, even though it was in a thing that you didn't read because we didn't show it to you in the first place. Uh, it's like, well,
They're scumbags.
this is during the same time they're creating commercials saying, "Don't let independent car companies or repair shops repair your car because they could do this to you as well, and you might get raped in a parking lot because of it." You know, it's just like, uh, and of course, when they're fined for doing this, it's like $1,000 per user. Oh, and the fine is waived.
Hmm.
You know,
Or at their income level, or whatever, however you want to put it.
it's a drop
Still
in the bucket.
yep.
Yeah, it's like, we're making more from selling the data than paying the fine. So,
Hmm.
right, like the fine should be 10 times the amount you got from doing the thing,
Hmm.
plus
It shouldn't
whatever
be a
the,
percentage of. It should be multiple.
yeah. Um,
But that's always been the case, except for as we were talking earlier with the poor. They know.
yeah.
I remember watching. I think it was Drew Carey back when I didn't know any better.
Well,
Um,
Drew Carey's always been fun to watch. Uh,
the first couple of seasons, but I think Mimi was in court, and uh,
Yeah.
she was getting a settlement, and she got it was like $600 or $750, and someone told her, you're poor, and that's a lot of money to poor people. That's how we determine how much you get.
Yeah.
They can easily figure out, how much is in your bank account, how much have you had, what's the most you've ever had, and go, oh well, here's 10%. You're gonna bite.
Hmm.
I was in a court case once, and they tried pulling that crap on me, and I'm like, no, and I, let them
The the
let their lawyers know through my lawyers. I understood what was going on, and I understood how they do the math, and I expect
the
way more.
punishment isn't meant to make me feel better. It's meant to make them feel the pain,
Hmm.
right? And it's like, uh, it's not a punishment if you don't feel bad about the thing you did afterward.
Yeah, and the discomfort's got to, and it should be on multiple levels. It shouldn't just be, financial.
Hmm.
Because you never know how much money or what kind of resources a person or group of people or corporation or whatever they have. They could have all kinds of different things. You have to do something else. Um, like retractions used to be in newspapers. They were
Yeah.
they were no they were worthless. Nobody ever read them. Nobody ever cared, and the damage was already done.
Yep.
Instead of a retraction in the newspaper, it should have been, a mandatory spot on the 5 o'clock news so that everybody saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like
Or a commercial, that they would have to
they had to
pay for.
run cost. Well, it's you'll
Through
get
some other
that.
company, like if you made a mistake in the New York Times, you should be forced to pay for a commercial spot through every freaking television channel. That was back when there was only so many television channels, so
Yeah.
that everybody heard what you did.
Yeah. Um
And I guarantee you that would have stopped happening.
well, it's like the reserve thing here, right? Like the not the reserve, the what do they call them? The schools for the native kids. Um we had those where they would it started off if the native kids were abandoned or their parents were like severe alcoholics, they put the kids in schools, but then it grew out of proportion. They just started taking native kids full scale for cultural assimilation.
Hmm.
Uh, it started off as like a good thing, and then it got bad, but like real quick. But they, they were going like they were killing these kids in mass numbers, and there were mass graves and all that shit. The story's bullshit, right? This
Hmm.
is back in like the 1800s. You
Hmm.
didn't ship
They
a
were like that
body.
kid church where they found all the bodies buried outside and turned out to not be bodies.
Yeah. So they had the college students go over there. I think it was UFT, so university students with ground penetrating radar,
Hmm.
and they went through the whole field and they found one thing, and the document said like this is right next to tree. Then it was the species of the tree, probably a root, could be a body awaiting funding for exhumation. Right. This goes on the news. Within a half hour, the whole tree thing and might be a root is cut, and it's every 20 minutes. Like we have a channel here called CP24, City Pulse 24, and they're regional for each major city in the country. It used to be just Toronto, and it's like CNN or Fox, but local news. And like the top third, the, the the top left third is the anchor, and then the bottom is the weather report, are like small news facts, and then the other half of the screen is like rotating camera for highway view, so you can get like a view of the whole city just by watching it for 10 minutes in the morning.
Gotcha.
You'll know the weather report, where the major traffic jams are, and get some like hot
Hmm.
topics or whatever, right? Every 20 minutes on the dot, not even a full fucking half hour, every 20 minutes, this story would come back up and it would get more severe, and it would leave out the primary details that they were waiting funding, that they didn't think it was an actual body. It went from one body to hundreds of bodies
Hmm.
within a day, and it stayed up there for 3-4 months straight, every 20 minutes, 24 fucking hours a day. So programming this into
Yep.
the viewers, because most people won't look this up. Um, so it's literally inciting hatred. Churches were burned down. Uh,
No, right?
yeah, churches were burned down. This was brushed under the carpet. And then eventually the university students get the funding to go dig it up. Uh, and then the stories dropped like that. No mention, no follow up, no held accountable for inciting hatred, leading to the destruction of religious sites.
Well, that was the goal.
Yeah,
Kind of like we're going to find out with the latest school incident.
yeah.
Um,
Coulter rules in effect. I heard about that. I just heard about that this morning. That we
and,
talked about a school shooting on Wednesday. We joked about that, and then that happened like 2 hours later.
Mhm.
Have they said the race of the shooter yet?
Well, here's the thing. Of course, they did within minutes because it was a certain thing, but they neglected to say that the shooter was gay.
Okay.
And once that
So,
came
so
out,
a white guy, but gay.
well, not only that, if you look at the image, it's a guy
Now,
with Farrah Fawcett hair, dyed. Okay, I mean, just long and dyed a not an unnatural color, but clearly it's fake because you can see the freaking the roots haven't been done in like 3 months.
okay.
But then
I don't know.
see,
When I had long hair, it was luxurious. So
well, right, but gay,
yeah,
14, gay for years. But then they stated that the person did what they did because a certain kind of people were being accepted into the population. Okay.
trannies.
But I guarantee you, we're going to find out that that were was actually wasn't, but they typoed it to try to fit the first narrative that they were trying to uh,
Hmm.
put out there. And we're going to find out that oops are bad because if you actually look into how many of those incidents there have been in the last year, it's been amazingly large, but we don't hear about it because if we did, suddenly, just like the one in Tennessee, people are going to start becoming less acceptant to the eventual
Oh no,
inevitability
that doesn't
where
matter.
eventually, people are going to become, very opposed to that group of people, and they're trying to stave that off.
Normal people have always been opposed to that group of people. It's only the elite that aren't.
Right, but
Raven, are
because
you
of
Yes,
Trump,
there?
yes.
Okay,
My
you.
tablet died, and so did my phone. So I'm trying to charge up this tablet for a little bit, and if we get cut off, I should get. If I can get like 5% on this thing, I should be able to call back and just leave it plugged in and be able to connect to you guys here.
Yeah, I leave the phone I use as a camera plugged in all the time.
mhm,
Okay. All right. So
yeah, I have to rotate my two devices regularly. I
I
am
don't.
a very
Well, I was listening to music, and I guess that ate up a bunch of the.
Yeah,
well.
it will
That's why
do
I
you
don't
that.
can't
usually
you
do
can't
that.
char- you can't charge and use at the same time unless it's a superior device like my laptop here. I can do that because no matter what it takes less than an hour to charge it from like 3 to 5%, and it's back up to normal. Everything
Yeah.
else takes anywhere from a couple hours to 8 hours, depending on how bad it's
Mhm.
depleted, and you've got to just constantly monitor that crap. Like with my tablet, I'll use it to listen to something as I'm trying to fall asleep, and I've got to be careful because if it's like an hour thing, well, it's going to play for 45 minutes while I'm sleeping, and that's pointless. I used to have the autoplay, which would kill my device.
You can shut that off.
Yeah, I did a long
I
time.
think they've buried that. It used to be on the screen. I know on Edge, the browser, um, they've implemented, so it'll probably start popping up elsewhere as well. A feature that shuts. They've implemented a sleep timer for YouTube.
That's cool.
And it's like off 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30, 45, 60. Uh,
Which doesn't help for those people who want those ASMR videos playing all night long, and
yeah,
those other.
and it's defaulted to off, and then there's like ends in 12 minutes, so it's just the length of the video. I just opened to look at it. So it, like obviously ends right after the video or whatever.
It's funny too if you think about it, because I've been through so many chargers over the years. You would think that it would be uh, companies, or at least one company, would want to make a superior charger that helps you stay logged in all the damn time. You know,
Uh,
Yeah. Good thought. Yeah, no kidding.
it's like, hey, I'm on YouTube all day long. Why don't you
mhm.
make a device that keeps me on YouTube all day long and it's not my TV?
Yeah.
You
Well,
would think that would be a
it's called an actual computer.
right, but a lot of people, use their phone while they're at work or whatever, or carry it
Mhm.
around with them in their car, type of thing. You know, every charger I've come across, except the one that came with this laptop, is at best good for a year or two, like the life of the device, like with all my tablets. Uh, and now they don't even come with chargers, which really pissed me off. It's like, wait, the device doesn't come with a charger? Oh yeah, just use it.
Yeah.
And
The
then you
the
plug in any old charger and it says this charger doesn't work.
yeah, they're supposed to
Slow
be
charger.
they're supposed to be moving away from that by legislation, preventing off-brand chargers from not working.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the problem, the reason why they did that is like legitimately an environmental issue. You would buy 6 or 7 devices, get 6 or 7 different chargers that weren't cross compatible,
Mm-hmm.
and then you would end up, or you get 6 or 7 devices that needed the exact same charger, so
Yep.
you'd only use one of them, and the other 5 or whatever would just end up in a landfill, never used, right?
My devices actually even have like not my current tablet, but my last tablet. If you used anything else, it would tell you you can't. It's going to slow charge because you're not using the specific brand. But you could not buy the specific brand charger anywhere. You
Yeah,
literally couldn't. I even bought them from the company that makes the tablet, and it got here, and as soon as I plugged it in, it said this is not going to work. It's going to slow charge at best. Which what that means is it's actually going to drain power out of your device
if it's
because
on while you're
while you're charging it, it's technically on. You plug it in, you come back, and it's at zero. And I've got one
um
tablet that once it gets to zero, it can take days to charge.
usually you can shut the screen off while it's charging, and that will prevent that from happening, but obviously you can't use YouTube while the
Yeah,
screen
but
is
you
off.
would think, since these things
You
have a built-in
Not,
shelf.
not true. Let me correct that. You can use YouTube while the screen is off, but it's a paid feature.
Gotcha. But you would think that even the companies that make the tablets, let's say, or phones, would want you to be able to keep it working because they have a built-in shelf life, and the more you use it, the
That's
simpler.
actually not true. The shelf life durability thing, it doesn't matter. The shelf life of it is the same whether it's on or off.
I guess what I'm referring to is the battery.
Oh, it's same with that. We're not using lead acid batteries anymore, so
Right, but the batteries eventually stop working, and it's because of use. Like every time you
no,
charge it,
it's material decay. That was lead acid batteries that did that, not the lithium ones. The
there's
lithiums,
I've never seen well lead acid batteries in a tablet.
like in the 90s.
No, no,
That
I mean in the last 5 years.
Yeah, no.
Oh
They're
yeah,
all lithium batteries, and that's not how lithium batteries work.
every one of my devices that stopped working, it was entirely a battery issue.
Yes, but if you had just left it on a shelf not charging, that would have been how it went too, because it's material decay and
Hmm.
not usage.
And the sucky part about that is the battery is more than 50% of the cost of the device.
Yeah, it tends to be. Uh,
I looked into replacing the battery on an old tablet, and it was over $100. And I'm like, I could buy a brand new tablet for two, and it will be better. Yeah, but
yes,
you got stuff on there you don't want to lose. Not really. You know.
tends to be the case, and I recommend that whenever you have a device like that, have the removable storage
Hmm.
and just put your stuff on the storage device and not the device
Yeah,
itself.
it's amazing how much data you can put on a tiny little $5 to $10 memory card compared to what can be stored on the actual device.
Because the
And
devices aren't meant to actually store stuff. They're meant to have the operating system and nothing else on them.
well, the
A
most recent
few
one,
applications, but
right? Not a lot, but more than enough to keep you, satisfied with the performance of the device and the reason
yeah.
you bought it in the first place for a good long time.
But
But once it,
the device itself does need like open memory locally
yeah,
to work properly.
yep, I've
Like
been finding that out with a couple with
the
one and
the
a half of
the,
my devices.
the
Once that is full, your
uh,
email. If you don't take care of your email like regularly, and you've got like 500 stored up emails in there, that will kill your ability to actually use your computer.
Like
Or
me.
well,
not your
emails
computer, but
emails aren't stored locally. They're stored
uh,
on the cloud.
that's actually with some of my tablets. That's all that's being stored,
Then
and
you've
all I
turned something on because they're supposed to be stored on the
no, because
Gmail
I'll hit
end.
all the cleaning functions, and it'll say still can't do it. You need to delete some stuff, and then I'll go through my email and delete all the old crap, and now it'll work again.
Hmm,
I
that's
have
very odd.
106,000 unread emails.
Oh dear God! You need to get rid of that crap.
106.
Yeah,
That
you're using Google, right?
yeah,
Uh,
Yahoo. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, Yahoo. Okay, I don't know what Yahoo is.
Yahoo's crap. Get rid of that shit. It's a
I
waste of
know.
time.
It is.
Uh,
I
um,
hate that.
I know that Gmail, Google, allows you to unsubscribe from things, right
Yeah.
in
I
the
tried
email.
all that unsubscribe stuff and it didn't unsubscribe anything. And I was so mad.
Yeah, they allow you to do it right in the email, and it'll just like
Oh, cool.
auto register.
I have a
But
Gmail email, but I just don't use it very much.
well,
It
you
actually it
use
forced
it
me.
instead.
Um,
Switch all your stuff over to it.
yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
especially if you are having junk fill up your thing.
oh my god, it's terrible.
Yeah, mine's all eBay notifications.
Yeah, so you might want to keep that if you're looking for stuff.
Yeah, because you never know when something's going to come up. But I literally get over 100 emails a day just from eBay of the things that I'm searching for, and it's not hard to go in and go through your saved searches and go, I'll disable this for a while because I can't afford it. Last
Yeah.
thing I need right before the holidays is to get tempted into buying something that
Now,
I really.
now one of the places that buys data is eBay.
Sure, sure, but they've had to have learned by now that I'm very, during the
Doesn't
holidays.
matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you only buy one thing out of the 10,000 they send you. It's still profit.
Right?
They
No,
only they only spend 30 cents on your data to begin with. I don't think you know how much like you're thinking your personal data is worth hundreds of dollars. No,
no, I don't even care
it's
how
like
much
30
it's worth.
cents. It's the bulk is
Because on occasion it's a very rare thing that when I do buy something like Dungeons and Lasers, had I not come across that, I mean that one ad changed my life.
yeah. Now, the most notorious thing I think is BetterHelp. BetterHelp uses it's a online therapy thing,
Okay,
and they record your sessions and
mm.
use it to target ads at you and things like that.
That is pretty insidious,
Yeah.
That is.
especially if you're a senior. And
Senior, mentally disturbed or ill, they use your like your literal psychological sessions to target you
your
with
profile.
things. But we are over the time I wanted to end at. I will go for another 4 or 5 minutes, but yeah,
Yeah, well, crafting, what you have to do on those cases is go into your settings and tell it to do so. Some things won't save on a SD card for various reasons, but images, documents,
yeah,
videos, that's not a problem, and that's what I
yeah,
do. Is I've got two or three SD cards now from like one. I basically fill up one SD card per year now of the videos that I make, not the live ones, and
yeah.
it'll hold all of them, which is absolutely stunning how much data that is.
It's also like if you're storing the videos, what resolution are you recording the videos at? Like we're broadcasting at
I,
720p right now, right? So that's probably what you're doing as
yeah,
well.
probably.
That's like the most standard. And then like how big is the memory card, right?
Usually like 128 gig.
Yeah, 120 gig, 28 gig. Yeah, it's pretty standard.
All right.
Um,
Here. I'm trying to
so
turn my camera on. My camera won't turn on.
don't worry about it, Raven. We're wrapping up in a couple of minutes
No,
anyway.
but I've been trying this whole time, and I thought maybe I just needed to let it sit for a minute.
Yeah.
But it's not. Come on. There we go. There we go.
There you go.
Finally, it worked. It said press V, so I pressed V instead of clicking on the little doodad. So, would you want?
Yeah,
You said you had something for me to read.
I was joking,
Oh, okay.
but we can make that a regular segment now on if you want.
Okay, sure.
Raven reads.
I want to see how many weeks how many weeks it takes her to stop being shocked with the creepy shit. I will make deeply erotic shit, and Shadow will too. He's gonna learn
He will not.
how to be a smut
He's
writer.
doing the one and done, unless
Lies.
unless the overwhelming response is such that cold hard cash starts hitting my
Yeah,
doorstep.
yeah.
In which case, I will change my name, move to Texas sooner, and live a life of smack dab in the lap of luxury, writing horrific things that will get me eternal damnation.
No, there's no real people involved in that. In the production,
Well, not in the production, but in
the
the words that I
consumption.
write, the blasphemies could be quite horrific. I could be
Hey,
responsible for hundreds of thousands to millions of people changing their lifestyle. No.
no.
If I'm not good a writer, that's the last thing I'll be doing.
Mm.
Holy shit. That was fucking gave myself a haircut with that one.
Um. Oh, I don't mind. Yeah. Oh, where was I? I was just thinking about something.
You were tempting Raven with your literary talents, sending her down deeper and deeper, stickier and stickier rabbit holes.
Stickier and stickier and stickier.
So are you going to come to the iceberg conspiracy theory iceberg tonight, Joe?
Me, I don't know.
No.
No.
We're doing it an hour later. For those
Yeah.
interested, I got to put up a post because Jackie's got fencing class now, which
Hmm.
makes it start the beginning of his third year of fencing. So I assume he's getting pretty good at it.
Did he give you the art before he left for school?
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh, good. Can you send me the thumbnail?
Yeah, I've got to do that. That's one of the things I got to do as soon as we're done here, and let Bear know that it'll be an hour late. Hopefully that won't be an issue. We can just go 2 hours instead of
Yeah.
three, which is uh, preferred anyways. Just because I don't know too many people who literally go, oh, a 3 hour video, just what I needed.
Yeah. I really wish you would wrap your shows up in 2 hours.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Of course, that would mean Raven would have to be there on time.
Homeboy thinks that I'm just going to stay in the chat room and then you guys talk me into coming on. And I have to,
Yeah, because we really
Raven.
twist your arm.
I got my
Raven.
scummies on while I'm listening. I'm working while I'm listening to you guys, cleaning all the crap. And I got icky clothes on and
Yeah, we don't
going
care.
every
You're
which
just.
way. And
I've been wearing this shirt for a week.
No, I couldn't do that. I got to change very, very often.
Yeah,
Especially after this, I'm going to do my
I
workout.
only wear it when I'm on camera, bro.
That's worse. That's worse. I can't put back on dirty clothes, no matter what.
It's right here. I just,
Even if I only wore it for like a little while,
mm,
it's going in the laundry. I'm doing laundry right
yeah.
now, so
Well, like 2 hours, and I just like
no. Even if it's
feel the
5 minutes,
fan.
it's going in the laundry.
That's just weird. It's still in the same room. Uh,
So good game
uh,
yesterday, folks. Hope
yeah,
everybody had
good game, good game.
You guys once again did something that I was not prepared for, but that's part of the fun, and that's part of what actually makes it a game, as opposed to
Yeah,
just storytelling, or a railroad. When the GM does a thing, and then the players like, oh, we're going to do this other thing, and
yeah.
pretty much just
You
torch.
tried to party wipe us with those ancient golem things like 4 months ago, and I beat you there, and you tried to deny that they were functional afterward.
No, no. To be honest, there was literally no chance of that because I had stated that the stairs leading up, which was the direction you were going to go, they couldn't follow. They were meant for use not inside the pyramid but outside the pyramid to clear land and to do labor, bring things from the ships. They weren't meant to go up the stairs, and all you guys had to do was go up the stairs. So we wasted an
I
entire
don't
set.
care. I don't care.
But uh, a little tidbit that I thought I'd impart. I forgot to last night. Um, there's a good chance that that pyramid is pretty much damn near empty now. Except for maybe traps and a
We should
few
go back
undead.
there. Maybe Armstrong would like to make it his base of operations.
Uh, because a lot of the crypts and things like that, when the Lich Queen restocked the ship, needed crew, they had to come from somewhere.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And where was there a crap ton of undead? Oh yeah, sealed away in all those crypts and tombs. So there's probably a lot of empties, and I'm pretty sure they probably didn't bring their gold and gems and jewelry. All their funerary treasures. Obviously they took their weapons.
I'm making notes. Raven, remember that.
okay.
And since like almost nobody knows the location of said pyramid, just saying,
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you think Raven is a competent notepad?
I got a clipboard.
Uh,
I'm
the
a nerd.
cats will run away with it.
No, so they won't run away with it. I keep my paper butts covered so that way they don't randomly just run around and pee on things. So, Justin, have you ever heard of the Russian sleep experiments?
No, but almost everybody has sleep experiments. So
You know,
yeah,
about, do you know about the prophecy of the Black Pope?
no,
That?
but I also don't care.
Oh, come on, you
at
can
least
tell me
he's
something
at
here.
least he's honest.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. Uh, now I'm pretty sure it's a Satan worshiping pope, which means it's probably the last 5 of them
No,
minimum.
no, no. Have you ever heard of the beacon of hate?
Isn't that CNN?
Good one.
Have you seen my co-host?
Oh, uh-oh.
The beacon of hate over here.
No, I'm not a hateful individual.
There's
Shh, run with it. Keep telling you, it's repeat and amplify, not deny. Gotta
what
get it
about
right.
a tree swastika?
A tree swastika.
Don't give me any ideas.
When I get my multi billions of dollars from being a super cool
Well,
writer of things that make Raven go,
have you heard about all the weirdness at the Denver, Colorado airport?
well, it is in Denver, and there's that song about Denver.
I can
What's
hardly
that
hear
song?
you. Here's
Uh,
there we go. There. You say you have heard of it?
I've heard of Denver.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
you haven't heard anything about the Denver airport?
Why would I hear anything about the Denver
Oh, because
airport?
it's just creepy and weird as hell. It's got some art murals that are just just over the top of like
I
a.
don't know about over the top. I do the
They're
worst.
over the top in that they are scary. They are uh, just gruesome.
Now, if I owned an airport and I was putting murals on the wall, it would be like images from Langoliers and like plane crash, alive, and
Well, this is almost as bad. There's a guy in a gas mask, and there's like the like
Just
there
send him some. Just send him some pictures.
World War III is underway. It's just really horrible.
there'd just be like you would go to every gate entrance and there would be a picture of a plane coming out of the sky on fire.
There might be. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something that looked like that there. I can't remember.
You ever watch Langoliers?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
The
It's a
movie.
Stephen King made for TV movie. It was a short story. It's about a plane. It goes through a storm, and then when it lands, it's like 12 seconds in the past or in the future,
Oh, really?
and every moment in time is being devoured by these giant monsters. Like that's how time works, according to Stephen King. That every moment is like a snapshot that's being devoured by monsters. So they're having to run away from these giant like temporal crabs or
Yeah,
whatever.
Tooth Pac-Man on steroids.
Yeah. And then
Huh.
they get back on the plane and they go back into the future at like normal time and like everything's just fine. But I don't think the book ended that way. I think they made it happier for the TV show. If you can find it out there, watch it.
Okay.
It had that guy
It's
from
dumb.
Wings on it. It was in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw it once. I'm like, this is crap.
Yeah, yeah, it was very low budget. It was no The Stand, but Have you seen The Stand?
Mm-mm.
You should see The Stand, the original one.
I started to read that book. I never got to finish it though. It was.
Or you should just read the book. The book was good.
I got partway through, about a good quarter of the way through it, and it was a friend of mine's book, and it was even autographed. And we got in a fight, and she took her book back, and I didn't get to finish the book. It was high school, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, I recommend you pick up a copy of that. You can probably get a really cheap one at a thrift store or something.
okay, I'll look for it. I can't remember what it's about now.
It's about COVID.
Is it really? Oh, wow.
Yes, it is. It's an accurate and true telling of the events of COVID, according to CNN.
I don't believe anything on CNN. Nothing.
Shadow, is that not a good description of The Stand? An accurate and true telling of COVID, according to CNN.
Yes and no. More fiery, less peaceful.
No. According to CNN.
Uh,
Emphasis on the according to CNN.
maybe I can see it. I can see them trying to spin it that way. That's for certain. Yeah, it was a weird story. With a lot of King's made for TV type of things.
Have you not read the book?
I never read the book.
Yeah, read the book.
Yeah, I'll probably never do that.
Read the
I don't
book.
like Stephen King, and all of his work when it comes to the screen always fails in the casting department for me. You know, they hire the least expensive actors and actresses they can find, or they'll pay for like one name and everybody else you've never heard of, and
I don't
they're
know.
all.
There were a few names. There were a few big names in The Stand.
Mhm. But the chemistry,
Yeah,
it was just. I don't know. It was there were there were people in it that I'm like, yeah, this is just cringe.
but it had Max Headroom in it. That's Trash
They
Can.
had Laura San Giacomo in it, yeah. So,
Laura San Giacomo.
mhm,
Yeah, who went on to Just Shoot Me fame.
right, which was weird. That was
Yeah,
weird.
yes, it was. The only good thing, what's his name ever did. I want to say Andy Dick, but it wasn't. It was
That's funny. We were talking about him last night.
Yeah.
yeah, Andy Dick.
What a piece of work.
Yeah. Oh, right after I go back in time to slap Bill Murray in the face, I'll go and get a gun and shoot Andy Dick. YouTube, that involves time travel. I can't do it. Time travel doesn't exist.
I know.
Not yet, anyway. Well, I mean, it does, but we don't know how to do it exactly. But you can look forward and backward by remote viewing. Now that exists.
I don't believe that. I need proof, and by proof, I mean I need to be able to do it myself. Otherwise, it's just people.
Go take a class. They teach you how to do it.
You need to get your scrying pool out and your little crystal on a string, but my crystal's downstairs, so I can't get up there.
That's a pendulum.
Yeah.
You want a crystal ball?
No, not. Oh, I'd love a crystal ball, but I ain't paying more than $12 for one. I have my limits. I want one this big.
You're gonna pay a pretty penny for that.
And I don't want to pay more than $12 for it.
$50 for one about like this. If that was a couple of years ago, it was probably double that. for real quartz, not an Austrian crystal, which really you could use it, I guess, if you were.
I want something that will look like the Lochnar.
The Lucknar.
The Lochnar.
What's that?
It's my Lochnar, you stupid bitch.
No, it's my Lochnar.
What did you say?
It's
I
my
said it's.
Lochnar, you stupid bitch.
You've never seen Heavy Metal, the cartoon?
Long time ago.
Go watch Heavy Metal.
Why?
Highly
The movie.
recommended.
The first movie, not the second one. Don't
I
watch
heard
the
the second one was a waste of time.
It was. It was like 2 hours of one not very fun cartoon. Yeah. Den is the best story ever.
I
What's
don't know.
that line you quoted is from? That's my Lochnar, you stupid bitch.
I know, but I really like the cabbie for some
The
reason.
cabbie is a great story. The cabbie is a great story.
The World War II bomber is a good little.
I hate that
snippet.
one. I
Really?
hate that one with a passion. It's just not my kind of horror. Like the actual hard horror.
Admittedly, the animation is a little off.
The animation was fine. It was just like I'm not,
Um,
not not a huge zombie guy either.
and I
I have
wasn't
no
a
problem
big
with them.
fan of the space junkies. It was just it-
Go fuck yourselves. What the fuck are you talking about, Raven?
we weren't talking about you. We were quoting a line from the movie.
Yeah. Uh, oh, I'll find the clip and send it to her on Discord. Oh.
Because that is like
Oh, the defeat gay dude and
yeah, in the
the
throne room, right?
priestess. Yeah. Uh, oh, I will find it right now. Heavy Metal Den, the scene where a character says, "That's my Lochnar, you stupid bitch." That's the line, right? I don't think it's gonna come up. No, I'm not gonna get it. It would have popped up right away if it was here. Okay, I think we should wrap up.
Yeah, I have to go and apparently deliver something to Jackie's school, which is about a mile away, and I got to walk. So I'm not
Oh,
looking forward
you
to
don't
that.
got your bicycle?
Flat tire.
Flat tire.
Yeah,
What
I
do you gotta
had
deliver?
just a piece of paper.
You can't fax it?
No, I offered to fax it. I offered to send a picture, but I guess it's a piece of artwork and it's got to be turned in person. So I got to go do
Okay.
that. I'm not looking forward to that, but that will be my workout on the treadmill on steroids for today. So,
Okay.
and the sooner I get there, the less hot it will be. Because come 1 o'clock, it will be over 100 degrees.
Siesta time.
Shower time. Then siesta time.
Yeah. Well, I'm
And
gonna go.
I saw it on his desk, and I'm like, oh, I guess he turned it in already, or whatever. But apparently not. And now I got to go do the thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you go. Party
All
on,
right.
everyone.
Have a good afternoon. I will see you guys tonight for